Hello everybody, today I'll be showing you how to make the best four-leg walking mech in Build-A-Boat. This is probably like one of the smoothest designs I've seen. Just made it myself earlier. This can have an infinite amount of legs, can have 2 legs, it can have 4. You can change this rotation if you don't like it being 20, you can change it to 45, 75, you can change the rotation completely. I like having it on 45 though. This is probably like the smoothest way for it to walk. And you can easily incorporate this into small builds. Like I'm going to make this trophy here have 4 legs. It'd be quite easy to do. For the tutorial, it's like surprisingly simple. You just need to place down 3 blocks, place down 2 of these, then just place a hinge at the bottom of these. Now we want to copy this, put it to like a decent distance. Then you want to remove the hinges. You don't need to use a tool, by the way. You can just copy this because it doesn't require scale tool or anything. And you just get wooden rods. You make it so it's completely connected like that. Okay, once you're done with this, you repeat the design, but on the other side. I'm going to do this so the tutorial is faster. And now that they're over here, I need to make the legs. So I might just keep this little rod design, or I can do this just to add more oomph to it. And depending on how you make the legs, you'll change the movement. Like let's say you make them like 45 degrees like this. So they walk on that little tip bit, it starts getting slippery. You have on like 15 degrees, it starts like walking really sharp. Once you're done with this, you just want to connect all these. Once you're done with that, you just connect all of these here. 1, 2, 3 on each side. Gonna have that 1 block gap. 2, 3. Boom. 2, 2, 3. Then on the 4th point here, you only get a servo, order like that. And then you want to just put a block there. Once you're done with this, you can just get your seat. I'll put mine here. Now that I've done this, I'm simply just gonna make this 1 servo speed, max out these torques, put this on 5. But you can change the speed as much as you want, and then put that on 20. You can put the servo angle and wheel speed whatever you want, just don't make it too fast. Now you're done. As you can see, my design here is messed up because these wheels with different timing. But that's an easy fix. I'm gonna slow it down. Of course, if you want it to work better, you have to raise these legs. Not raise, lower them so they're even lower. Like let's say, I load the legs in. You see my design, I have it so it's just these blocks, but it's directly 1 block lower like this. So when it goes round, the wheel doesn't touch the floor. You need to do stuff like that just by adding stuff like this. Below it. I'll show you that now. You simply do stuff like that. You have to make this balanced, by the way, so don't just make everything unbalanced. Make an anchor. Okay, and then see, it works perfectly. If you're worried about it tilting to the side and falling over, you can just add stabilizers using poles or blocks if you want to use. You can just add 2 blocks down from that middle block there. So you do that on each side. That's being that middle block. If you want to, you can do this. Boom. The only issue having like stabilizers like this is that you can see that it starts levitating because these blocks aren't big enough. If you're worried about that, just scale these out one more. Like so. We need to watch out for this shape because sometimes it'll be stuck on one side and not the other. Or it'll be too heavy. Hold on, something happened. Good. Something else that's cool about this, it's very hard to tip it. It should be able to walk up ramps and stuff. If you want it to be most efficient though, you want to have these in different rotations. So let me do that and then boom. And let's say there's a ramp ahead. Let's go 45 degrees. Boom, bam. Just rotate that a bit more, that's a bit steep. There's this here. Depending on what material you use, you'll be touching the floor more. But let's say I have like wood like this, I'll be able to slightly make up the ramp. But if I use a lighter block, not a lighter, like a heavier block, like metal, I'll be able to walk up it perfectly. And if needed, you can do the hinge magnet glitch where you can walk on walls with this glitch. So that is compatible. Which I've made a tutorial on that glitch a while back. You just simply walk like this. And if you want it to be able to walk up stuff like this with ease, then add a hinge right here. I will show right now. I'm going to remove my stabilizers just because. Yeah. Let me anchor that. Yeah. Now that we're here, let's push that in. Okay, I've done an accident. I may have messed up. Hold on, let me reload. So I've done a tutorial on bow. You just simply, if you wanted to walk up walls better, you just add like that. A hinge there. Have it on both sides to be safe. Build this out. Don't build a bit on anchor like I just did because that's pretty dumb. You want to try clip it here. The only issue with clipping it here is that it will be end up touching that. So if you have this tool, make it easier, but you can just use the placement tool here to make it so it's right on this edge, so there's a gap there. Then you want to change the collision of this. Now that you've done that, change the collision of this too. You can save. Now that you have this, it's time to start walking the walls. Not walking on walls directly, but if you add a magnet and block beneath it with a hinge, then that'll walk on walls. Hold on, me just do this and then change that so we can walk past my seat. The thing I like about this method is that it doesn't require you to be in the mech, so you can have like mechs following you around with this. Kind of cool. Now it will start walking up that wall over there. It's gonna be perfectly smooth. You just get another ramp to increase the height. You should be able to climb most things. As you can see over there, it's making up that wall, despite it being a huge difference in shape and size. The only issue with that, if it can't walk up walls like that, you just need to increase the hinges, the weight. I can get underneath. Anyways, that's it. Goodbye.